I would first like to thank my mom and dad for everything they have done for me. They are the reason I am standing on the stage before you all today. I would like to preface the speech by saying that it is not going to be an extended metaphor about how our past 4 years at East Meck have been like figuring out the algorithms to a Rubik's Cube, which we are finally solving as we walk across the stage. Nor am I going to relate my high school experience to a boyfriend who I have cared so much about and am now breaking up with today, even though some of you say I have had a very close relationship with my homework at times. Quite frankly, I am just not that abstract to make such figurative speeches. Those of you who know me are probably wondering what to expect from my speech, as you know that reading and writing are not my fortes. But this day is not about me, rather all of us. You are the reason why I'm standing here today. My home school is not East Meck. I chose to come here. I hated school prior to becoming an Eagle because my enthusiasm was constantly undermined by the negativity of my peers. What makes East Meck so special is this shared ideology that places diversity as one of its top principles. What has made East Meck such a wonderful learning environment is its appreciation of different cultural perspectives. Look to your left. Now look to your right. Look behind you and in front of you. You are most likely sitting next to, in front of, or behind someone who is of a different race than you. Someone who comes from a different background. Someone of a different country. Someone whose first language is not English. What does that say about us? Simply put, we are a microcosm of the United States, and we clearly exemplify that diversity is not synonymous with adversity. Day after day, we hear heart-wrenching stories on the news: hate crimes, bullying, suicides, and human rights abuse. How do we at East make it work? Why is it that we can accept when others can't? We cheer together at the sporting events. We make puns during mischievous study groups. We coexist in the chaos of the cafeteria. Without hesitation, we strive to be examples of acceptance. Earlier this year, some students in my mom's civics and economics class wrote to President Obama about issues that they wanted to see addressed. This spring, President Obama wrote back. While the students weren't particularly thrilled that he didn't specifically address their issues, he did impact them with some words of wisdom that I would like to share with you. President Obama stated, "In a few short years, your generation will be charting America's course. And more than anything else, the progress we make will depend on your ideas, your commitment, and your willingness to change our country for the better." We need to take President Obama's words to heart. Our society seems to be fractured by so many labels, from gender and social to ethnic, racial, and religious. So today I ask you, class of 2015, just one question. Can we be the change towards acceptance? The examples that I listed earlier should make the answer a no-brainer. We're already demonstrating this attribute throughout our 4 years together, but what about the rest of our lives? In our future endeavors, we will be faced with tests and hardships that challenge our character along with the principles that are ingrained in us. We, the class of 2015, are the examples of acceptance. We need to remember the words of former Carnegie Mellon professor and author Randy Pausch. The brick walls are there to stop the other people. We will not be the ones stopped by the walls. The strength and character that we have gained in the last 4 years will help us break through those walls and create a path for others to follow. Thank you, and good luck in all of your future endeavors.
There are some events in history worth noting. October 12, 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. July 4th, 1776, Independence Day. November 9th, 1989, the fall of the Berlin Wall. June 16, 2015. Shall I say more? Today marks the anniversary of an event we have celebrated for 13 years, the ending of a long 180-day school year. Today marks the end of a turning point in the educational journey that will forever mark our lives. It is the cusp of our previous 18 years and represents our passage into adulthood. With our sincere and utmost thanks to you, Mr. Parker, faculty, staff, our parents, family, and friends, let us take a trip. Let's climb aboard and explore what makes June 16, 2015 significant. On August 25, 2011, we entered the glamour halls of East Mecklenburg Senior High School, or we really trudged up the muddy hill onto the campus that would become our home for the next few years. Despite some crazy people waving and honking and waving signs in the parking lot, we thought high school looks really not that bad. There were kind, friendly faces all around. You could meet people from new backgrounds. I was going to visit the pool above the gym after lunch. And we could finally choose the classes we wanted to take. We then looked to our homeroom neighbor and asked, "Do you know what a fresh meat is?" As you can see, we were truly lost as our 9th grade class shirt had said. Regardless, we then signed a commitment on a diploma that we were going to graduate, that we would be where we are now, that we would continue the academic legacy from kindergarten to be lifelong learners, which was made possible by the support of our family, teachers, and many others along the way. These historical memories continued into sophomore and junior year, in which we became comfortable. In our friend circles, in our clubs, our sports teams, our study groups, we awaited the excitement of the spectacular and dashing party that was Noda's finest prom in 2014, Old Sport. In 2012, we discovered the natural phenomenon that the East Meck 300 Hall snows once in a midsummer's day when bubbles pour through the air vents. We truly made history beating the seniors in Powder Puff last year and staving off the torrential sidewalk downpours with engineer-made rain barrels. Our varsity's men's and women's soccer teams made playoffs. The band earned numerous superior ratings. We are home to one of the best high school culinary programs in the U.S., earning the silver medal at the FCCLA state competition and winning gold at nationals last year. We have embraced one of the most diverse student life experiences at East Mecklenburg High School through MSA Diversity, Project Unify, French Club, Vocus de Latinos, NAACP, the German Exchange Program, the East Meck Refugee Community, and Rugby Club, to name a few. But as our historical journey draws near the present day, I would like to express our historical significance in this way. I believe that it was not these momentous memories that defines our class. Yes, in 2015, we beat the juniors again in Powder Puff. Yes, we started a legacy of East Meck's involvement in Miles Against Melanoma. Yes, we were instrumental in forming a partnership with Mothering Across Continents. Yes, we believe that we would win our first homecoming game in a long, long while. But it was really our backgrounds and our support systems, you, our audience, who made and historically defined, at least to us, our class. It was how our parents and guardians grew up, and their ever-significant blood, sweat, and tears that encouraged us to define our academic experience to this day. The cultures and values set in us that create our awesome diversity will guide how we live and what defines our historically meaningful lives. It was Mr. Parker, the East Mecklenburg staff, and teachers, to mention Mrs. Metz, Mr. Boss, and Mr. Klaus retiring after this year, that gave us the tools to go out into the world, to earn great achievements, and to help serve others, making the world a better place. June 16, 2015 is historically significant because we are East Meck, we feel good, and this is our time. But in a few moments, we will clap and applause, not only for us and our memories, but also for you, dear audience, for guiding us to this momentous date in our histories. In a few moments, the 1-5 of the class of 2015 will ring in the proverbial halls of H15TORY as we receive our diplomas. And in a few moments, this speech will conclude, all will exit, and on June 16, 2015, the rest will be history. Thank you.
Honored guests, staff of East Mecklenburg, families, students, class of 2015. I am truly honored to be here before you this morning as your principal on graduation day. Over the past 4 years, I've been with you every day. I've talked to you as you walked to class, during lunch, attended your sporting events and performances, and I've watched you become students who lead lives of success and significances. Planning, preparing, and expecting to win is something that's been instilled in you since you walked through the doors of East Mecklenburg High School. You were taught to be a person on the offense, not the defense, because when you choose to be on the offense, the atmosphere of your life will begin to change. As the class of 2015, you have responded like the two fishermen who got caught in a storm in the middle of a lake. One turned to the other and asked, "Should we plan or should we row?" His wise companion responded, "Let's do both." Today, you have demonstrated the power in taking small steps, how little goals add up and they add up rapidly. You have done something extraordinary. You have grew where you've been planted. It is a great pleasure to say the class of 2015 clearly demonstrated academic discipline, displayed creativity and innovation, and showed off their servanthood. They earned nearly $8 million in scholarships to major universities, an increase of $4.5 million from the previous school year, with 40 North Carolina scholars and 24 CMS scholars. Our IB program, with over 745 students, rose from a nationally ranked magnet school of distinction to a nationally recognized magnet school of excellence for the second time. Our Academy of Engineering is a back-to-back winner of the Duke Energy Panther Stadium contest, receiving $2,500 and celebrating its first graduating class of 29 students. Our Culinary Arts program continues their winning streak, placing first at the national championships over the summer and earning the silver medal at the state competition this year. Our ROTC received the Distinguished Unit Award with Merit, the highest award that can be earned from headquarters. Our band, chorus, and orchestra dominated the year with excellence and with superior ratings. And lastly, over the last 4 years, you have raised $8,054 for a child's place in mothering across continents via reverse homecoming, and collected over 30,000 pounds of food for the Carolina Student Hunger Drive, and donated over 800 books to Promising Pages. Congratulations, class of 2015. Seniors, during this short time with you this morning, I want to share from the book An Enemy Called Average, 6 timeless principles that I feel are required courses in the University of Life, with hopes that you will let them guide you to happiness. The most unprofitable item ever manufactured is an excuse. When it comes to excuses, the world is full of inventors. Your own mistakes fail to help you when you blame them on other people. When you use excuses, you give up your power to change. Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time, says it best: if you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it. Being a servant won't make you famous, just rich. Zig Ziglar, one of my most famous motivational speakers, said in one of his presentations, "You always have everything in life you want if you help other people get what they want." True leadership always begins with servanthood. Before looking for a way to get, look for a way to give. Selfishness always ends in self-destruction. One of the most powerful decisions you can make in your life is to do something for someone who does not have the power or resources to return the favor. There's always free food on a fish hook. Watch out for fads, because the words stand for a day. Eventually you will learn there are no shortcuts to success worth taking. One of the hidden truths of life is that the path to the prize is always more valuable than the prize itself. Be persistent and stick to the path in front of you. Don't ask time where it's gone, tell it where to go. Everyone has 24 hours in the day. What you do with each day matters. Adopt the 6 times 1 equals 6 leadership principle. If you want to learn to play a musical instrument, improve your fitness, master a subject area, or become a better tennis player, then you should devote 1 hour a day, 6 days a week to the project. Your desire will become reality sooner than you think. There isn't much a person can accomplish in 312 hours a year. Gain control of your time, and you will gain control of your life. None of the secrets of success will work unless you do. You can't fulfill your destiny on a theory. It takes work. True vision has hands and feet. What you believe doesn't amount to very much unless it causes you to climb out of the grandstands and onto the playing field. Thomas Edison said it best, opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed up like overalls and looks like work. Smile, it adds to your face value. A smile is a powerful weapon. Smiling, being happy, and enthusiastic is always a choice, not a result. Enthusiasm, joy, and happiness will improve your personality and people's opinion of you. Winston Churchill agreed when he said, I'm an optimist. It does not seem too much use being anything else. A positive attitude always creates positive results. So today I challenge each of you to remember that beginning something is easy, but finishing takes making no excuses, serving others, taking no shortcuts, gaining control of your time, hard work, and smiling, and being enthusiastic. It's a powerful weapon. Remember, it's what you do after you cross the finish line that really counts. As seniors, you become a part of an elite team, a part of history, a family. You're now alumni. I challenge each of you to stay connected to East Mecklenburg and keep up with all the great things happening as you were a part of making that rich tradition. I want to thank the staff and the parents for tremendous support that you've demonstrated this year. You are truly amazing. I hope each of you can make it without hearing my voice every Friday evening at 6 p.m. A special thank you goes out to my wife for her love, support, countless hours of listening, and being my best friend. And lastly, to my seniors, I say thank you for the last 4 years, your continuous support and commitment to making East Mecklenburg High School the place to be. And to show you how proud I am of each of you, when you leave, you will receive a senior gift, your very own copy of the senior picture taken in the stadium this year, and a senior t-shirt that says achievement on the front with our eagle, and on the back it says, we'll make history with your names on it. In closing, I encourage you to go from where you are to where you dream to be. You've been endowed with a certain mixture of abilities and opportunities that make you unique. No mixture is insignificant. Choose today to take on opportunities to exercise your unique talents and watch growth surround you. No one on this earth knows your potential or what's in your heart. You alone will answer that. The only thing that limits you is the edge of your imagination. Always remember who you are and where you came from. Keep faith over fear in all you do. Be authentic, be real. And I ask you to sometimes just put your phone down and take time to have a conversation with a friend. So, your senior banner says it best. Born to lead, destined to soar, bound to succeed. Class of 2015. As an eagle, look to the horizon, spread your wings and fly. The time is now. The person is you. Brave and bold in your blue and gold. I love y'all, and God bless you always.
Isabel Chavez Perez. Jeffrey David Clatterbuck. Joseph Marcelo Colorado. Richard Joshua Collins. Latoya Shanice Crouch. Amber Nicole Cunningham. Siobhan LaFashua Duncan. Andrew Douglas Fairman. Keith Abraham Farrow Robinson. Rogelio de Jesus Gallegos. Marguerite Lee Gant. Eric Yvonne Garcia. Savannah Rose Gastrick. Oklahoma Marine Braves, Alexander Scott Davis.
Please stand. Okay, you know what's coming. We hear it one time. Who are we? Who are we? How y'all feel? What time is it? You ready? Break down! Okay, by the authority vested in me as principal of East Mecklenburg High School and North Carolina Department of Public Instruction, the Charlotte Mecklenburg Board of Education, I now pronounce you graduate of East Mecklenburg High School class of 2014. You may have the podium. Congratulations.